things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the ACC, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Nittany Lions will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll give it to Johnson. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up for 4 to the 19.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this...
He's loose. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go to the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side. There he goes. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They just keep firing. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The run from the shotgun. Runs ahead and powers powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
That's a 3rd down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game. You're trying to generate some momentum. So 3rd down, defense is playing zone. You just got to find the soft spot in coverage, make it easy on your quarterback. Those two guys able to link up.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Takes it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Volunteers. The defense putting points on the board.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the 1st quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really... And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Fires to the big fella. No chance to run, but still a good game. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and so.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll take the deep shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. They go to the ground. Fights off the defender. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him, and then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by the...
Touchdown ball! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the second quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Bringing the heat. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. Stands in and takes the hit. Snags it inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment beat. Dang, you talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Arizona State is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Sun Devil Stadium, but despite the forks up right now, this one is tight. They're up by 7 over Iowa. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Oh, they're after him. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Going to look downfield again. Fires to the tight end. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. They'll stop him short of the first down, and the screen didn't quite convert. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down. The Nittany Lions are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds us back in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
That's a great example of him understanding where everybody is on the field, because that wasn't the guy he wanted to throw it to, but he knew he was going to get hit. He had to get rid of it quickly, dumped it off, and he let his guy go make a big play for him.
To the air on first down. Rushes on him. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
To the air on second down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Makes the grab. It's Chase. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Well, that completion now sets up a critical third down here in the red zone for this quarterback. His offense, his team, is trailing by a lot. They're going to need him to start making plays consistently, and he's going to have to do it when the defense knows he's about to throw it. And that's exactly the situation right here. Third down in the red zone. The quarterback has got to step up on this next play.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Might be changing the route. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Pulls it in, the first down and more. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big...
Give him 6. Touchdown, Penn State!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, now listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen. Oh, and that's tough, man. It was drawn up right. It was a good throw. It was right in his hands. You just want your playmaker to make that play and get to the two-point conversion.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Here's the handoff. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. And
Winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Johnson. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on the...
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Working that left side now. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Vols will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
Quarterback moving. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now they'll have to dial something up on 3rd down after the incompletion. And as we wind down here in the first half, the offense will just take a knee and try to muster its forces for the second half attack as they trail going to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Volunteers will kick it away to start the second half. And here he comes out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Swings it out to the flat. Can't get him to the ground. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
He's got his man. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Running back searching for a hole. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And the Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll move the tight end. The play action fake. Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. They'll try the run. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Here's a hit. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, the quarterback was in a world of trouble there. He was under pressure. He knew he was going to get hit, so he's just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He tries to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 35-6. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got...
He's into the open down the middle. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. So here is the Tennessee offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. He wants to go deep. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. From the gun, running back on the move. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about chipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. using his feet to buy time. He stopped just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. Needed more to move the sticks. It'll be 4th down. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, he has been the go-to guy all game long. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. This defense cannot cover him.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And he had plenty of leg and kept it just straight enough to use that right upright to get it through. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Right on target this time. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. He might want another play. Looking to throw again. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Powers through the defender. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll try to run for it. And he's going to go backwards, and they force a fourth down. What a play by this defensive front. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. And it's picked off for the third time today. Trying to take it back. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Penn State! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And some room to work. Turning it on. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Vols have it with a first and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown Vols! And the punishment has been extended. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
He'll bring it out. It's Chase. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team, that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit.
And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Oh, he's got some space. The 10. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the stomping has commenced. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Going right to work up top. Throws for the tight end. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Volunteers! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And they did tack on the extra point.
Penn State, 27.
Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you'll perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive